In this episode of the Funny Business Podcast, did you ever consider buying a remote kissing device for your long distance relationship?
And on the flip side, we talk about why your phone battery percentage might be lower than you think, and I give my much anticipated March Madness review. Mike, hit the music. Well. How the turntables, and welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Yes, we are back yet again. Nothing can stop us. We are unstoppable. We might be the best podcasting planners in the history of podcasting.
Planners,
like planning ahead.
Planning
We're
ahead.
on top of our shit, and we are always here for our co-workers of the Funny Business Podcast. Nothing will ever stop us. We will be. I can't wait for episode 2349. But we are focused on today. It is March, as my sign says. This is March.
Thank you, Matt.
We'll get into that later. Mike, how are you? How are things?
Oh, man. Well, I guess you gave it away that we plan our episodes 1,000 episodes in advance.
Sometimes we have to.
No, definitely not. That would be freaky, though. I know a lot of podcasters that I think that batch it for 5 episodes of podcast. Like they'll record 5 episodes ahead, so that way they have content to provide. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of magic that happens behind the scenes to bring an episode every week. But dude, things are good. Things are swell. But I think Matt is going to be taken away from his attention a little bit today in a podcast recording, as I'm already seeing you already distracted right now.
No, not distracted at all. I'm totally not watching a college basketball game, not sorting out a bet that I have.
Wow, I'm so surprised it's not April, but that's okay. That's
No, not April.
If you just hear a random yes, it's not my topic. Don't worry. Matt's not that
Well, it
interested
could
in
be.
my
We don't
topic.
know yet.
Well, let me tell you, man. I wish I did this during the week of Valentine's Day, because this thing is freaky. Let me tell you.
Hot and bothered?
We're going to get hot and bothered, man.
Nice.
Maybe more bothered than hot.
Am I going to show my nipple again?
No.
Well, you can't control that, so maybe.
I can. It's called censorship. Matt, typically, a lot of other countries tend to think outside the box when it comes to technology, when it comes to the way we live at life. There was a TikToker who I assume to be in another country. She has a house that basically like is a smart house, but it definitely doesn't look like an American house. But like she is cleaning up her vegetables that she got, but it kind of like bubbles and vibrates, so that way it like shakes off. It's very, very weird. But anywho, yeah, technology as a whole. Matt, we're gonna fly all the way out to good old China. And Matt, this kind of applies to the both of us at this time. Matt, this is a contraption, okay?
Okay.
And it's based on somebody who is long distance or a faraway lover.
Okay.
Matt, you like kissing, don't you?
I sure do.
Yeah. We've
Yep.
done that once or twice. I'm just kidding.
A handful of times.
Handful of times, couple, 2, 3.
Probably count at a time on a hand how many times I've done it.
We've never.
No.
Anywho. So Matt, there is a device that the Chinese made that mimics a real kiss using a warm, moving silicone lips. So it is a contraption which is apparently causing a lot of buzz on social media.
So it's not a balloon?
It is not a balloon.
Okay.
So the device, which can transmit the sound of the user's kiss, has been criticized by some as vulgar and creepy, while others see it as a way for long-distance couples to share physical intimacy. The device can be paired with a mobile app. And what do you think the price is? I'll give you the yuan price. It's 288 yuan. What do you think the actual US dollar price is?
Uh, sorry, can you repeat the won price?
200, 288.
Oh gosh, 500.
Lower.
100.
$41.
Okay. I don't like this.
You're not freaked out yet.
No,
Don't
I'm
worry.
freaked out. I am.
You are freaked out.
Oh, I am. Yeah, 100%.
So the device is equipped with pressure sensors, and actuators, which allow it to replicate the pressure, movement, and temperature of a real kiss, making it appear as realistic as possible. So the users can download the mobile app and plug in the device into their phone's charging port to send a kiss to their partner during a video call.
No. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Listen, well, how do I want to phrase this? I've been doing long distance for a long
You've
time.
been doing long distance kissing?
No, just long distance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just no. This is a flat no.
Were you trying to not simplify it, but were you trying to rectify a case for it? Or?
Yeah, no, there would be no scenario where I would want to buy something that would replicate a kiss. Like, just get over it. Like, there comes a line that you cross. That's a little excessive, in my opinion.
So the device was patented by the Changzhou Vocational Institute of Mechatronic Technology in China, and was inspired by the inventor's long-distance relationship. It gets weirder from here, by the way.
Oh,
no. So users can also... so while the device is advertised for long distance couples, this is reported by CNN, it has also a quote kissing square function that allows users to pair up anonymously with strangers, and if two strangers match successfully and like each other, they can ask to exchange kisses,
otherwise known as losers.
Okay.
No, I mean, it ruins the sanctity of a kiss, like an actual kiss. Like, there's some things that should just stay the way they are.
Okay.
And yes, I would have loved to give April a kiss when I wasn't there, and I'm sure you would love. And you can speak differently. You can disagree with me if you'd like, but I wouldn't want to just replicate it in a way that's not true, because then I feel like it takes away from the actual kiss.
I will say that the long distance relationship thing, I think I can agree with you. I could see I don't want to say an opportunity, but I could see a thing for strangers to anonymously, pair up anonymously, because we all know how awkward that first kiss is, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think it takes away from the awkwardness of like being at a bar, or like being done on your first date and being like, it was nice seeing you. And then like, there is the intention that you want to swap kisses. And I wish I could show the picture, but Matt, I will have to send you the link in a little bit. But I think it takes away the awkwardness of a first kiss with a stranger.
I completely disagree. I think it not only makes it a little more awkward, however, what happened to like one? I don't think that like, if this is someone you like maybe want to like see if there's something there with, is that really going to replicate how they kiss? I don't know. Also, what happened to like finding the magic of a first kiss?
I don't know, Matt. I'm no matchmaker, and I'm still a romantic, but I'm a
like,
lover, not a fighter.
You want to see like my first kiss was April. Like, there was a lot of magic in that first kiss. Like, I wouldn't have had that same experience. You want to hear about the first kiss?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your first kiss if you're comfortable sharing it.
So the first time we hung out, I went over to the place he was at. We were in the hot tub.
Oh.
And she put on some music.
What kind of music?
Taylor Swift.
What's the song?
Love Story by Taylor Swift. What? Excuse you? Go wash your mouth out with soap right now.
I
Love
she took the easy route. She took the too easy.
Perfect.
She took the easy route.
It was perfect. We were under the stars. It was an outside hot tub. It was a beautiful night. I was extremely sweaty from being a mascot for 7 hours. It was wonderful. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Well, like that's part of like the beauty of our first kiss is like seeing that spark and seeing like, oh wow, like that was a really good kiss. I don't think you can get that same experience from like kissing from your phone.
But you've already been on a date with April, right?
No.
So this was your first.
This was the first time we hung out. Correct.
You were in a hot tub your first time you hung out. That's,
correct.
Wow. Go for you, man.
You know.
That's all looking fly like a white guy over here. That's it. So, but well, that's wow. I just think I don't know. I think Taylor Swift would have been too easy.
The thing is, she knew. Like I didn't even tell her I like Taylor Swift. Like she just knew. Put it on. I was like, oh my god, I love Taylor Swift. She was like, oh my god, no way.
Yeah. So, Matt, you're probably wondering how the reviews are with this.
I sure am.
So one user, this is the best surprise I have given her during our long distance relationship.
I don't know. Okay. Let's hear another one.
Another user said, thank you, technology.
Am I wrong? Tell me, am I wrong?
I think you have a fair case.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. You have a fair case in what you're presenting. I just think that you gotta give it a little leeway, you know? Like, could you imagine this thing for the pandemic?
Stop
the
calling
pandemic.
It the pando. Every time you say pando, I think panoramic.
Panoramic and pando.
Yes.
There's a D in pandemic and a no D in panoramic.
Well, that's where my mind goes, okay?
Well, okay. So, could you imagine this during the pandemic?
Yeah, people just would have been at home like kissing strangers all day.
You wouldn't get COVID, and you'd be practicing social distancing.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'll agree with that.
Really, Matt?
Nailed it.
Apparently, they scored.
It cashed.
Oh, it cashed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the pandemic part is fair. That would have helped, especially if you're meeting new people. I don't know. I think there's just a lot of things. I'm just old school. Maybe I'm just old. Am I too old for this?
I don't know. I get Matt. You should. I want you to have a live reaction on this. So I want you to go to the link that I sent you in the chat, and I want you to see what this thing looks like.
Because I watched an episode of The Big Bang Theory. They came up with something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was very gross. Oh, that's what it looks like?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh my god, I'm freaked out now. I was going to say something you might have to censor. I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead, hit it.
I think my balls just shot back up in me. Please censor that.
Oh my.
Oh my god. This is awful. This is even worse. Why did you send this to me?
I just wanted to. I saw it on my Facebook feed this morning.
I was flagged on my computer and be like, "This is X-rated content."
I was having breakfast. I was having some cereal with some berries this morning, and I was looking through my Facebook feed, and I'm like, "Man, oh man!" CNN just posted a report about a China remote kissing device.
You watched this while you ate breakfast?
No, I didn't watch it. I saw the article.
That's horrible.
Oh, I haven't even watched the video yet. I haven't even watched the video yet, and I can only imagine what it looks like.
I'm not watching the video. I'll tell you that much. That ain't gonna happen. That is this. Oh my god, that's weird.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Traditional.
Yeah.
If you don't want this moving silicone lips, that's warm too. What are your other alternatives?
Wait till you kiss him in person.
Okay.
Maybe get to know
That's
the
the
person
obvious
a little
question.
bit. Okay, why would you just want to go around kissing strangers? Why don't you just get to know the person before you start a kiss?
I'm more talking about the relationship side of it.
Okay. Well, then you just have to suck it up and not kiss.
Okay.
Or,
This is a counter ad for this product.
yeah, or just like FaceTime.
But you still want to kiss, man.
Right, I get that, but like sometimes you can't.
Okay.
I want to be a Major League Baseball player. I can't just, I play MLB The Show. That doesn't make me a Major League Baseball player.
It's a very good comparison, Matthew. Very good comparison.
It's the same thing with like VR porn. Like that's just weird.
Yeah. So the person who patented it actually had an explanation behind it. In my university, I was in a long distance relationship with my girlfriend, so we only had contact with each other over the phone. That's where the inspiration of the device originated. I'm going to botch his name, but Jiang Zhongli, the leading inventor of the design. It said Jiang had applied for the patent in 2019, but the patent ended in January 2023. And Jiang now hopes someone else could expand on the perfect design. There's a similar invention, Matt. Did you know that?
No.
It's called the Kissinger. It was launched by the Imagineering Institute in Malaysia in 2016, but it came in the form of a touch-sensitive silicone pad rather than realistic-looking lips.
I think that's better.
I think we're getting close to perfecting it, Matt.
No, there will be. You know what the perfection of kiss is? A kiss.
Okay.
Human lips to human lips.
Do you believe
or
in the
dog
Apple
lips
thing?
to dog lips? If you
What?
saying dog lips to dog lips, it's just like two
I
beans. What did you think I said?
I thought you wanted to kiss dog lips. That's
No.
it.
No, human lips to human lips, or dog lips to dog lips.
Okay. That makes much more sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought this was a fun and unique product and invention that I wanted to share today, but looks like you're not digging it. So looks like I'll have to find another one soon.
Well, you don't have to keep finding these things for me.
I feel like I do. I feel like I'm obligated to.
No, I think I would have been a lot better off. That image will be in my brain all night. That's just, I'm gonna have nightmares.
I feel like since you being in a long distance relationship, I feel like you have to you've been in a shorter long distance relationship than I have. I'm the master out of this. So
In a way.
okay. You are my Padawan. I am master.
Well, I mean, you guys see each other more often than I see April.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm still the master.
Sure.
Still been doing a long distance, so.
Right.
So let me. So you put it this way: you two have been long distance now. At times recording for 8 months.
6.
6.
Number.
Do the math. August.
7.
7 months. Okay.
7 months.
We've been long distance for 3 years.
I would consider you guys medium distance.
Medium distance.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Is
Like
that
you
a
don't live
thing?
together, but you like have a decent drive. You can see each other on the weekends. Medium distance is absolutely a thing.
Medium
Absolutely. I'm not. I didn't just make that
distance
up. I'm being
relationship.
serious.
No, you did not make it up. It is an actual. It is an actual thing.
Yeah. Which medium
guy-
distance is still tough. I'm not disregarding that at all.
Oh,
Not
Matt,
easy.
we're gonna do a quick pivot here. We're gonna do it. The guide
You just said the
to
word pivot.
navigate.
Yeah, there it is.
So we're on Her Campus. Do you remember Her Campus?
Her campus?
Yeah, hercampus.com.
No.
Okay. Is by Avery Woolley, The Guide to Navigating Your Mid-Distance Relationship. Okay. Distance really does make the heart grow fonder. Okay.
I agree with that.
right. As always, communication is key. Well, that is
No shit.
regardless of
It's
any
short
relationship.
distance, medium distance, long distance, extra long distance. No shit.
That's it. That's all the
Oh,
tips.
wow. All right. Well, there we go. The keys to a medium distance relationship right there.
Avery, I was expecting a whole playbook. You gave me 2 points.
2 bullet points, I mean.
Two
Keep it
bullet
simple.
points.
They got
Kiss it.
Hey, they got to kiss.
Kiss it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple.
And it was at
You
this
and I were the
moment
same
that everybody
brainwave.
turned off the podcast.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. So I did not know mid-distance relationship was a thing. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
The more you know.
Mhm.
But yeah.
See, sometimes
Kiss
you
away.
teach me things on the podcast. Sometimes I teach you things.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very much so.
Today's episode of Funny Business is made possible by our friends at Spotify with Anchor.fm.
You know, Matt, after years of using Anchor for Funny Business, our listeners can almost repeat word for word what Anchor can do for a podcast like ours.
Oh, we do. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
And if you're like us with absolutely insane busy lives, when you host your podcast on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or where you are listening now.
So download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Okay. We'll move on. We got some great segments today. We're going to start off with a little say what.
Mike, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Lovely.
Okay. Well, my first say what. Adulting is scary but worth it.
Okay.
So we just spent a decent amount of time talking about my long distance relationship. I am happy to announce the long distance relationship is over. Yep, Mike is very surprised. So as of the release of this podcast, I would have flown down to Florida and driven back from Florida to Pennsylvania with April. She has moved home, and the most exciting news that I have, which I briefly hinted at a few weeks ago, we are moving in together, and we have an
Yay,
apartment.
Matt!
Yep.
I'm so excited you and I are moving in together.
Well, no.
You said we. You and
Yeah.
me.
Well, me and April are moving in together.
Oh,
Yeah, my bad. Clarification. You can stay over some days if you want.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So we got an apartment together, and it's weird but exciting. This coming week we will get the keys, and it's been a long time coming. Kind of happened quick, and it's gonna be a great time.
Bring me back to the whole adulting thing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's kind of you talking
So the
about
say
it.
what
Like,
part.
bring me
Yeah.
back to it. Let's massage
So
that a little
adulting is
bit.
hard, but worth it. The things are expensive, man. Like very expensive. Not just like, now we're adults, so living on our own. We have rent, we have internet we have to pay for.
Uh-huh.
We got electric, water, groceries,
Uh-huh.
everything. I mean, things.
Beer?
Beer adds up. Liquor.
Wine.
Wine. Well, I got plenty of wine. Don't worry about that. But yeah, it's scary because there's a lot of things to think about and a lot of things to do and not a lot of time. But at the end, it's all gonna be worth it. It's a big step in our lives together. And yes, it can be scary, but that shouldn't hold us back from doing something that we think is good for us.
I'm happy for you guys.
Thank
I know
you.
that's that long time coming, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. Shall I say, our acquaintances, our coworkers, our big coworkers of what do you call it? Our coworkers of our podcast. There was a lot of logistics going in, and it was always before and after we recorded the show. Like, Matt always had like this long list of things that he wanted to get off his chest, and I can't say I'm the reason why this all worked out, but I'm very happy the way that it ended. and ended up, I should say. So I'm very happy for you and April, Matt. What do you think is going to be the first meal that you're going to cook in your new apartment?
That's a tough one. I feel like some sort of pasta. We started cooking a little bit before she left. We made this really good like sun-dried tomato, like chicken spinach pasta that was really good.
Okay.
I'm gonna say either some form of pasta or some form of chicken.
Okay. Do you have all the pots and pans for that occasion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we do. Also shout out to my parents and April's mom. They've been big helping us get some things for our apartment. Couldn't have done it without them. I will say now I haven't done this yet because, like I said, we're recording ahead of time. The drive from Florida to Pennsylvania,
right?
That's not going to be fun. That's just not going to be fun.
Are you
more
doing
so
one
because
day,
I've never
or
been in the car longer than like 7 hours.
Are you doing one day, or you?
We're breaking it up into 2 days.
Okay, so you got the hotel booked. So
that would be like almost 20 plus hours in a car if we did it one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna suck, but it'll be a cool adventure to do together.
No, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to cross the states, and who knows? You could always veer off and enjoy yourself. I know time is of the essence, and you're taking off work and all that. So
we will be stopping at a Buc-ee's. That is for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that on TikTok a lot, and I don't know what's the vibe of that. I don't know what's the big thing about that.
I don't know either, but she's been the one. She's like, he's just got to go. So we're going to make a stop and make sure that I get to see a Buc-ee's. Yeah, but don't let the scariness of adulting hold you back. That's not my advice for the week, but that's some advice for the week.
There you go. Beautiful. I forget we do one at a time. Yeah. We haven't done this in a while.
No.
Yeah. Anyway. Before the show, I was like, what pissed me off this last week?
Those words did come out of your mouth.
Those words did come out of my mouth. One thing's for sure is batteries on phones.
Yeah.
And I understand, technology, everybody thinks, it's 2023. Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Yeah. But the fact that I got this phone, I think I've only had it for a year now. The battery percentage, the battery health is at 92%. And for those of you who don't know, if you have an iPhone, if you go to settings and then you go to battery and you go to battery health and charging, it says maximum capacity. Think about that as like, that's how much on your battery is like fully charged at. So like I was one number lower, but my maximum capacity is at 93%. So when I unplug my phone fully charged, it is not at 100%. It is at 93%.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, you gotta check
it. All right, so mine says 71.
Well, so yeah, yours is at 71%.
Yeah,
but
battery health and charging. Oh, maximum capacity?
Yeah, maximum capacity. What's your maximum capacity?
86.
Yeah. So there's stuff that happens where it's like you plug it in and you're playing it. You're using your phone while it's plugged in. Like there's all these things that come into play. But I think what also bothers me the most, which I think is a subset of this, is my CarPlay. So like in order for my CarPlay to work in my car, I have to plug in my phone.
Same.
Which results in my phone being charged while it's being used.
Correct.
And I don't know if Apple bypasses it being charged or whatnot, or like there's less voltage going into it, which is why it's super important that you have like official branded or the right voltage or the right wattage of your cables and your bricks or your cubes or whatever you have you. So that way it charges properly on your phone. But I feel like now, like I can't even go home from work without my phone saying 20% battery or I'm at 30%. And like, it's not that I don't use my phone a lot during the workday. Like I text, I'm on social media at times, but like it should, like we should have better batteries. Like, and we're already talking about like electric vehicles, and now everybody's coming to play with electric vehicle. Now we have this battery that's in the palm of our hand that is not as efficient as it should be. And there is battery replacement plans, and Apple's been very open to that now. Instead of you replacing a new iPhone, I think it mapped out to about like $68 if I wanted to get this battery replaced.
Okay.
I think it's worth an exchange, because not worth an exchange, but worth a repair, because then you're technically getting a new phone with a new battery.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, I would say probably 99% of people don't turn off their iPhone ever.
Right.
And maybe that's not what it was meant for. But the past, how long have iPhones been around? 15 years?
They've been around 2008, 2008, I think.
15 years? Wow. Right on the dot.
Right
Credit to me.
Yeah.
They've been around 15 years, and they've known no one turns off their phone. Like, we always keep it on and they always charge it. So it's just kind of crazy that we haven't figured out the battery situation. Yes, it's I'll be at work, like listening to music or listening to a podcast, and then I go to, it's like lunchtime and my battery's at like 70. It's like, well, I haven't even been on it. I've just been listening to stuff. So it is frustrating. And yeah, I agree. I think we got to figure out the battery situation.
I believe it.
Sorry, alcohol break.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one. The NBA.
Julius Caesar, you know I don't follow the NBA.
Correct. Mike, what is the biggest
All-Star
issue?
Game.
No. Well, that was rough. That was a tough one.
Sorry, yeah.
What is the biggest issue? Well, list off some of the issues with the NBA right now. Let's see if you hit one on the head.
Trades.
No.
Okay.
See if you can hit the one that I'm thinking of.
Is it called loaded management?
Load management, correct.
Load management. Yeah.
I think that is the biggest issue the NBA is having right now.
Refresh my memory again. What does that mean?
So basically, if a guys just don't play the games to load manage or to like quote unquote like heal an injury, but they're not injured. Like they play 2 games and then there's like a road game in Charlotte that they call load management. So they like rest an injury that they quote unquote have, but they can still play with. If you can play the game, play the game.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of instances where I forget the exact story, but like this kid had a sign that was like, I think it was Steph Curry, the Warriors were playing in Cleveland, and the kid had a sign, Steph was load managing, not playing, and the kid had a sign that's like, we traveled like 200 miles to watch Steph play in Cleveland. That only happens once a year, and he's not playing because load management, but he just played the previous 3 games.
Yeah.
And he's fine. I think, these players are making a lot more money now, as they should. They deserve it. However, if you're getting paid a lot of money to play if you can play. Unless you're seriously injured and you physically cannot play in the game, don't play. If other than that, play. Like, I think it also comes into the fact with like the MVP discussion. Like, for example, Embiid has played Joel Embiid has played a lot of games recently. But if he was playing at the level he was now, like 3 years ago, when he was missing like almost half the season, he wouldn't be in the MVP discussion. When in fact, like Nikola Jokic, who's won the past 2 MVPs, probably going to win a 3rd MVP, but he plays almost every game.
Right.
So should a guy be up for MVP that plays 60 games because he load managed 15 of them and he has good numbers, but another guy has equally or maybe a little less good numbers, but he's played 80 out of 82 games? I think that should come into the fact. That should be a determining factor.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of politicking when it comes to that, Like, there's a lot of politicking when it comes to contracts and superstardom and all that stuff. And it's funny, it came to mind a thing I wanted to mention on the podcast for Say What, but I'll let you complete the NBA. I think yeah, load management is a bunch of bull crap. I think what else is becoming a bunch of bull crap is the All-Star game.
Bad.
I think that's just it's awful. Before then it was always home court advantage for the NBA finals, and now they just want to make it fun. And like I don't know. I think there's a lot of fun behind the All-Star weekend. There's a lot of fun behind the All-Star game. But you saw a lot of superstars did not play. Like there's no Steph Curry, there was no Klay Thompson. Help me out. Who else was not there?
Steph was actually injured.
Yeah.
Durant was rehabbing. I think those are the only two ones that come to mind.
Like
Giannis technically played one play and then subbed himself out.
Like a lot of the reserves, I was like, "Who's this guy?" like they should have been in the rookie versus what do you call it? Rookie versus world.
Rising
What's
Stars
that first
game.
game that they play? Yeah, Rising Stars versus Rookies game. Like there should have been they should have been in that. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't need 100% effort in the All-Star game. Just give me like 70. At least try. Yeah. Like the whole game was this guy's like walking down the court, throwing lobs or like throwing the ball halfway down, like full court down to the other end because the guy is like being uncovered, and just it's all 3-pointers and dunks. Yeah. At least put some effort in. Like there was, I had it on. I didn't watch any of it. I was on my phone the whole time because it was boring.
Yeah,
it was so boring.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
No,
it wasn't worth the watch.
No, it really wasn't. And the ratings were down tremendously.
Yeah,
for the whole weekend.
I believe that. Well, because nobody wants to do it. Like Matt McClung, for literally the guy who. Am I correct? He signed a contract with the Sixers just so he could do the dunk contest.
He was in the G League. He got signed. He was on the team for like 2 games and then played. Listen, I like Mac McClung because I'm a big college basketball fan. There's a lot of people who watch the NBA that don't know a lick about college basketball. So if you didn't know that he was a star at Georgetown and Texas Tech, you wouldn't know anyone in the dunk contest.
Right.
Like there's a guy from the Knicks, Jericho Sims. I consider myself a pretty good sports fan and college basketball. Yeah. And I didn't know who Jericho Sims was. No idea. I didn't know what college he went to. He was on the Knicks. I was like, does he even play? I mean, it was bad. Like Mac McClung was a good name if you knew college basketball. Other than that, like you had no interest to watch the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I believe that. So, but yeah, load management is for overall the whole season. Bad. But yeah, it's bad. Speaking of basketball, and speaking of just sports in general, I think this is my say what, my final.
I'm ready. I love your sports takes.
There needs to be an age cap on officiating.
I like it.
I
like it. Yeah, go on, continue.
So, my brother Trent had a basketball game the week before this recording. I shouldn't say the week before, in the publication of the podcast, weeks ago in the publication of the podcast. The ref sucked. Got out of hand. Reality being Trent did get hurt, and they really didn't punish the kid who had Trent get hurt. Mm-hmm. And it just is awful because a lot of those guys are not middle-aged men, but they're over the hump. Like they are still there over the hump, and they're making these really shitty calls. And the point, and I've started to realize this as I've watched more games and as I've been to more games. I mean, I no longer have to because Trent is done after the season. But refs are meant to not have the game get out of control. Like it is not meant to call the good calls, call the bad calls. It is just to make sure that the game goes smoothly. And I've always said, and I've said this on the podcast multiple times, you could be consistently good, you could be consistently bad, and it's okay to be one or the other. Being inconsistent in the game is the worst thing that you can be, because you don't know what the range is of how far you can go before you get called for something or something happens. Like there was the time where they were fouling in the last minute. Our team literally pushed the kid the first time. didn't call it. And then he knocked the guy the second time and he got called for the second one. It's like, well, you should have called the first one and got it over with. But yeah, I believe there should be an age cap, I should say, in officiating. And I guess I can speak on behalf of that. I think there should be an age cap on all levels of athletic play. So anything that involves championships or anything that involves records. So anything from high school, college, and the NBA. And yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to throw in some type of benefit since you're age capping people. But I don't know, man. It's not worth it to have referees that were just as shitty as that game that Trent had. And I was very disappointed at that. Like, yeah, so an age cap on all officiating.
I agree. Inconsistent refs are the worst. That's why everybody was so upset at the Super Bowl, was because the holding call that was called at the end, like they were doing all game, no one called it, and then you call it in the last minute of the game, and it ended the Super Bowl pretty much right then and there. Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Also, Trent, if you're listening, just rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What age do you think the cap should be at?
I don't know. Is this legal?
What?
Like, isn't this ageism?
I guess it is, but
okay. It doesn't matter either way. I'm going to answer the question.
Go ahead, cancel me.
60.
I would go 50.
55. We'll meet in the middle.
Okay, we'll meet in the middle.
Okay, 55. There it is.
Now, I think there could be other ways. So, like, as far as officiating, let's just say, those three refs that were at that game, they could still help officiate. They could be the clock management or the possession arrow. Like, they just can't be out there calling plays and calling fouls and calling violations. I don't know.
Have you seen anything from spring training so far this year?
They have a pitch clock now, right?
There is a pitch clock.
Yeah.
There was a game, I believe it was Red Sox Braves, bottom of the ninth. So spring training games, if it's tied at the end of the 9 innings, that's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
It was tied in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, bases loaded, 6-6 game, full count. The rule is the batter has to be in the box with 8 seconds left.
I remember seeing this.
On the pitch clock. If not, it's a strike. It's a full count. The batter did not get in the box within 8 seconds. They called strike 3. That ended the game. People lost their minds.
And yes, we have technology that's assisting us.
We have technology.
We have the technology. Just not for kissing. But yeah, I know this is a very age discrimination topic, but hey, this is Say What's a safe space.
Correct.
If you feel like you want to go against me in that, clearly you never played a sport before. So
that's what this segment was made for, just for stuff to get off our chest in a safe space. No judgment. At least I'm not judging you. You're not judging me.
Yeah. Watch, it'll come to bite me in the ass, but who cares?
That's future year's problem.
Yeah, it's my future. That's future me's problem.
Okay, moving on. Last segment we have for you. This beer is just making me hiccup a lot, so I apologize. But speaking of beer, it's time for Matt's Drunk Thoughts. I just got a notification on my phone of a boxer, quote unquote boxer, that is fighting today. Just pissed me off.
Okay. Yeah. Who's he going up against?
Yeah. Tommy Fury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even though I agreed never to say his name on the podcast again. All right. Matt's Drunk Thoughts. I got a decent amount. So
when was the last time you got drunk?
It's none of your business.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I am moving, obviously.
Yes.
With that, you need to buy a lot of stuff for the living room, the bedroom, the kitchen.
Okay.
And they make like dining room sets, and they make like kitchen sets, and they make like living room sets, right?
And the matching,
or like
the matching
bedroom
at all.
sets. Now this might be a genius idea by me. Why don't they make a set for the whole entire house?
The house kit.
The house set. Like the dining room matches the living room, matches the bedroom. Maybe the kitchen could be a little different. But like, because like I recently got a dining room table set. But then there's no like living room set that matches it. So I have to try to find something that's like similar in color. And why isn't everything just made in one giant set? Everything matches. Doesn't that make sense?
This is honestly better than your extra large pillowcases.
Thank you.
We should create. Wait, maybe let's fact
We can
check
make
this.
funny
Maybe we
business
should
dining room
check.
table just with a giant
house
logo in the middle.
kit. So what do you think? A house kit for sale?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to pop up when you Google that.
Small house kits for sale. MightySmallHomes.com.
I think that's
Like, we
building
should
a
create-
house.
We should create. Oh wow. Huh. Okay, I want the modern. I want 256 square feet. Wow.
That's
This
that's
is
a
nice. Wait, I can buy. Oh, okay.
lot.
So the total
breaking
square
news,
footage-
Mike's going to buy a house live on the podcast.
Buy a house.
Jenna, get
Yeah.
ready.
The base kit. Okay. The base kit cost is $26,885. There's a DIY cost, which is $80,655. You throw a builder in there, it is $134,000 to $161,000
To build
for
a
a
house?
kit. The example floor plan. Oh, this looks
No,
disgusting.
that's to build a house.
Yeah, this is literally to build a house.
Yeah. I'm just
Doesn't
talking
look
like the
bad.
house is
It
built.
looks nice.
Well, yeah, it's 100 and some thousand.
Mighty Small
But I
Homes.
just mean like
Huh.
TV stands, coffee table, which nothing will beat the coffee table we had in college. I tried to convince April to get the same ones. He won't do it. For those that don't know, our coffee table in college was a cardboard box. I don't know why. I think it serves its purpose. Whatever.
Saved us a lot of money.
Yeah. But make the dining room table, chairs, coffee tables, end tables, bed sets, dressers, TV stands. Make it all the same. It just
I
makes
feel
your life that much easier.
I feel it. Dude, I'm in.
Okay.
Invest.
All right.
I'm in.
1 for 1. Number 2. I have 3 on the list. Number 2. We've obviously been streaming again. It's been going
Yes.
very well.
It has.
However, and this isn't really something that is a new thought. Like I've kind of seen
Okay.
this online, and like I'm just agreeing with it. Video games are just like everyone's playing the same games they've been playing for like the past like 2 years.
Okay.
I'm going to
So,
exclude
like-
Hogwarts Legacy because that's kind of a new one. It's a lot of
Right.
controversy around that one, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan. But like, Mike, we've been streaming for like 2 years at this point.
Yep.
We've been playing Rocket League and Fortnite,
Okay.
and like, I'm thinking the big streamers like there was Warzone, there's Fortnite, Rocket League, like Valorant. Am I missing any?
GTA.
Okay, GTA. That big game's been around for like 9 years.
Yeah.
Like, where have we just lost creativity in games, or like where's this new exciting game that's gonna be a subdivision of other games? Like, what happened? What's going on here?
So here's even more of a drunker thought.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So like you want this new game to come out, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it eventually fall into the category of like the same with Rocket League, Fortnite,
what do you mean?
Warzone, GTA? So like you're saying you want this game to basically trailblaze past all these games that we've seen for the last 2 years.
It
correct?
doesn't have to trailblaze it, but there's just been like no like new game released. It can be something similar. Like
Right.
Warzone was great when it came out. This is a subdivision of Fortnite because it's a battle royale.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is once this new game comes out, wouldn't it just fall in the quote category of the rest of the games that you were saying? Like we've been playing these for the last 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years from now it'll say that.
Right. Which I think goes back, doesn't avoid the real issue here is that we've seen the same games played for the last 2 years.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just
Right.
been no like when Fortnite came out, everybody played Fortnite. Everybody was crazy about Fortnite. Everybody stopped playing everything else.
We like Fortnite.
When the Warzone came out, a lot of people went from, it's a different game than Fortnite, so there's different content and different gun builds and all that stuff. But there's been like no, like, I guess Hogwarts has been like the cool one. I haven't watched much of it. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I don't know. So that's like an open world one. But there's just been like nothing. Like it's just been the same games for the past 2 years, which they're good games. Like, I still enjoy playing Fortnite and Rocket League, but it'd be cool to, like, now that we are like content creators, to like dive into a game with new content.
I think it's the investment too. Like, yeah, we are content creators, but we also don't want to rip $50-$60 on a game that we only are going to like playing for 2 weeks and then be done with it. Like,
that was me with Pokemon.
Knockout City, one of those. Knockout City, one of those games.
Among Us
had
like a good 5 months.
Like, it comes in spurts, which is fine. Like, it comes in spurts, but I think what Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite, Rocket League have is all these changes to the game with still the same functionality that the game's purpose is. Like, Fortnite's a battle royale, 100 people in, last one standing gets a victory royale. The guns change, the locations change, the perks change, the different mechanics change, but it's still the game of Fortnite up 100 to 1.
Mm-hmm. I get that, but someone's got to, and I'm sure the pandemic had some effect on this,
right?
But like, someone's got to make a new battle royale. Like it, like for example, Fall Guys. This is battle royale an extent,
right?
With different rules.
Would you think, though, would it be an uphill battle, an extreme uphill battle, if you tried creating a battle royale when you've had these very set and solidified battle royale games?
Probably, but that's just up for these big video game companies to make it and market it.
Right. And I think that's where your point can come in, is where's the creativity in trying to develop something that isn't a battle royale? Yeah, really. I mean, all of it, if you think of it bare bones, it's a battle royale. First one to do it wins.
Yep. And I think the way it's going to go is open world. I think we've seen that with the new Pokemon game, especially the new Hogwarts game is supposedly a crazy open world. The Lego Star Wars game, is that cross-platform?
Not that I'm aware of right now.
When that becomes cross-platform, we are absolutely playing Lego Star Wars.
Well, I've yeah. Let's see here. Let's just make sure Lego Star Wars.
I think open world is the way to do it, and then you can add add-ons to the open world.
It's not. What do you call it? The worst part is it's not. Oh yeah. No crossplay is available for Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
That sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just get more creative. I don't know how that is because I'm not a creative person, but someone out there is. Someone's got to do it.
Somebody out there.
All right, my last one. So I am watching College Basketball right now. I'm sweating out a 4-leg parlay that's coming down to UCLA. March Madness starts this week.
Yes.
This Sunday is Selection Sunday. Mike, what's the best part about March Madness?
The tournament itself, or just the time of the year of March Madness?
The tournament itself.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of brings. I mean, it brought all of us together in the house when we were in college.
Sure did.
Like with the
that
brackets.
Huge snowstorm.
We had these crazy bets that we played and all that stuff. So,
but like the actual tournament, what's like the games that are being played? What's the best part?
Yeah, the upsets.
Correct. Why is there not for college sports specifically? And I guess there is for some college sports. There should be a March Madness tournament for every college sport.
Oh.
And I guess there is in a way in with baseball, there's like the College World Series and there's playoffs there. College soccer has it, hockey. But like, I'm talking like every conference is in it, whether you win the conference tournament. Like everyone says in football, like there's a 14 college football playoff. I think an 8 team or a 12 team is coming. I think it's 12. That's great. But there's only like certain conferences
like 14
that can make
bowl
it.
Games.
Right.
Yeah, there's like full. Yeah.
the beauty of March Madness is we put teams against each other that no one thinks they have a chance, that would never play each other this late in the season to begin with. And there's so many upsets. So, like, no duh, like the lower ranked college football team isn't going to beat the higher ranked college football team, but we never get that matchup because we don't know. In college football, you play 3 or 4 non-conference games a year, and you schedule those out years in advance, and then you play the conference tournament. So if there was like a 42-team college football playoff, there would absolutely be upsets. Upsets can happen any day of the week. So the beauty of college sports is that anyone can beat anybody on every given day. And that should happen for every sport. Every sport.
I like it. Mm-hmm. However, I think the deliverability of a March Madness bracket per every sport, I don't think it's going to be efficient enough.
What do you mean?
So basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball, you have... Okay, let's kind of run through here.
Yeah.
You can have a March Madness for football.
Yep.
You can have a March Madness for basketball.
Yep.
You can have a March Madness for soccer.
Yep.
March Madness for volleyball?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, maybe I take that back. I think what's easy about March Madness for basketball is it's the arena, it's the hoops, and that's it. Like, or maybe it's just cost too much for every NCAA sport to have.
Well, that's money's irrelevant in this conversation. Okay.
Yeah. If money's imaginary. No, I think it would bring people more together, and I think it would really highlight a lot, because you see those schools and colleges that come to these March Madness brackets that, like, you have no idea who they are. Mm-hmm. But yet, once they start ripping through, like, Matt knows a local team that beat Duke in the NCAA March Madness mm-hmm. bracket. It was a huge upset. Yep. But, I think it would highlight better. It would highlight better some of the teams and some of the colleges and universities. Mm-hmm. Because I think that's also an enrollment thing too. Like, if you get these random teams that are going through the NCAA March Madness bracket and literally destroy the Dukes and the North Carolinas of the world, perfect opportunity for perfect opportunity for enrollment initiatives.
Yeah, I mean, think of it this way: when Butler played Duke in the Final Four, if there's no March Madness and there was like a 20-team tournament, Butler would never make the tournament. They would have played a national championship game or go to back-to-back Final Fours. It helps the athletes too, and let's probably just football and specifically. I'm going to throw an athlete's name out there.
Yeah,
Jelly Walker. He is a basketball player at UAB. They made the tournament last year. I think they won a game. He is an electric scorer. If there was no March Madness tournament, no one would know the kid's name was Jelly Walker. And, part of the great part of March Madness is these kids at non-Power 5 schools can make a name for themselves and prove they can play against the big prospects and potentially play in the NBA. So if you get like a quarterback at Buffalo who makes their college football tournament, rattles off a run to like the Elite Eight when they weren't supposed to win a game, and that quarterback plays well, he could have a career in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to college sports in general, I think there's too much focus on the Power 5 schools, yes, because they make the most money, but everybody assumes just because the team at Tennessee is at Tennessee that they are better than the team at UAB. That's not true.
Right.
Like,
no.
Just because they have high prospects, I don't care what you did in high school. I care what you're doing for the team now. Mm-hmm. Like, not every high school prospect is great in college. Not every college prospect is great in the NFL. You just have to be a good player. Scouts do a great job, and for the most part, I think they probably get it right. But scouts can be wrong. I mean, there's even guys undrafted in the NBA that become really good players. Like, scouts are wrong, and I think we shouldn't always focus on the Power 5 schools because there's a lot of great college athletes in these lower level schools and even D2 and D3 that are better than Division I athletes. They just are.
Yeah. No, I believe that.
And think about how many high schools just don't get scouted just because people think they don't produce good talents. But like, you never know what freshman at a high school team is going to be good or not. You just don't know.
Yeah. Well, and the same with the virality. Like, it takes one viral moment for them to actually start getting people there. Like,
Yeah.
if Zion Williamson probably wasn't dunking and making his way through, no one would ever have covered him.
Correct. I'm going to throw out some teams from March Madness that I like and what I don't like.
Okay.
The team I'm watching right now, UCLA, which if they win by 7 would be great. It's relevant. I like UCLA. I think UCLA is going to win the whole thing. I think they're a veteran team. They're kind of under the radar. The only thing that scares me is they pay in the Pac-12, and the Pac-12 kind of sucks, but I like UCLA to win it all. I'm going to throw out some frauds. Teams that I think are fraudulent.
Okay.
Purdue. I was big on Purdue like 2 weeks ago. They're just good because they have a guy that's 7'3". Other than that, they suck. So Purdue,
Wow.
fraudulent.
Hot take.
Yep, very hot take. Arizona, fraudulent. Tennessee, fraudulent. There's another team I want to throw out as fraud, and I don't remember who it was off the top of my head. Teams I like that could make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. If Jelly Walker and UAB get in, love Jelly Walker. I like Creighton. Creighton's probably going to be a 4 or 5 seed. I think they're a very good team. NC State, I think, is a very good team. And as a Duke fan, they will be lucky to win one game in the tournament.
Wow.
Duke's very overrated. If North Carolina gets in, don't buy the hype. That North Carolina is not a good team. Oh, Virginia, fraudulent. Virginia is very fraudulent. Great defense, terrible offense. They've lost like 2 in a row. They just lost a couple weeks ago. Back-to-back games to Boston College, North Carolina. Not good teams at all. And I believe the stat is correct. Out of the past 20 college basketball March Madness winners, the team that wins has to be, I believe it's the top 40 in offense and the top 22 in defense in Ken Pom ratings. Ken Pom is like this kind of like rating system that they do. It's either top 40 or top 22. It's offense or defense either side. This year, there's only like 4 teams that can do it. I think it's Kansas, UCLA, and there's 2 other teams. So just keep that in mind as you're building your March Madness bracket, that generally those teams are the ones that win it all. That's all I got.
All right, love it.
That was a big rant, but that was just bringing back the sports side for a little bit.
Man.
Come on, UCLA.
Whew. All right. Well, we're going to conclude this quickly. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on our social media at solo.to/funnybusiness. There you can find all of our good social stuff and our Twitch stuff and all that good stuff, our merch stuff and stuff like that. And speaking of stuff, Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people of the funny business world?
I'm going to get this out a little week early. Next week is St. Patrick's Day.
My mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Shout out Mama Gambita. Happy birthday. Wear something green on St. Patrick's Day. So you get a week head start. Or if you listen to this on Monday, you get a couple days head start. But don't be that guy that wears red on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Can't be that guy.
Yeah.
Also, a little other piece of advice. Springtime is coming. It's time to break out those spring colors. It's time to get a little more vibrant with our wardrobes.
Because if we do that, then it's going to get warmer.
Correct. Yeah. Dress warm, feel warm, be warm.
Yes.
Facts.
Even though dress warm means dress warm, like with a jacket, but
like
slide.
I mean, like dress for warm weather.
Dress for warmth.
Feel like it's warm weather. We will have warm weather.
That's better.
Yeah,
that's better. Thank you. Oh, man. Well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.